Hello and welcome to our sports teams showcase live stream. My name is Joel and I'm the Vice President of Activities here at London South Bank University Students' Union, and along with me is...
I'm Tallulah. I'm the Activities Coordinator at South Bank Students' Union. So I don't know if we just want to go into a bit of an introduction.
Yeah, I'll start. So my journey started when I came here at South Bank. I studied for 3 years doing a BA in visual effects. I got heavily involved with the Students' Union from my first year doing different events and activities. And yeah, eventually ran in the elections as the Vice President of Activities. And what that involves is looking after the student voice where extracurricular activities are concerned. So that's sports teams, societies, events and activities. So it's everything outside of the classroom, mainly because I'm a firm believer in your time outside the classroom dictates whether you enjoy your time inside the classroom. All of these things are looking after student groups, making sure that they're, inclusive, diverse, engaging, as well as student groups. The term that we use is sports teams and societies, as well as a few other things in there.
Yeah, so for me, I'm actually an ex-student of South Bank. So when I joined some of our sports teams. I kind of was one of those people who would look at universities and I would look at their sports teams before I joined. So I made a bit of an informed decision. And I've got to say, joining sports is probably the best decision I've ever made at university. It just opened up a whole world of kind of possibilities and of just like a way better social life, which kind of led on to me staying at the uni, for example, because like most people, I'm sure it's quite a relatable thing that university is a struggle. But having that community that you feel like you're a part of really goes a long way into kind of keeping you going. And it's just like a nice little support network. So that's pretty much a little bit about my background. I don't know.
Yeah, so obviously I started off doing the pub quizzes. That was a weekly event at the Students' Union. Now, I wasn't necessarily part of any particular sports team at South Bank, but I did a lot of the sort of socialising aspect with them and getting to know them outside of the student teams. And yeah, it's been an amazing experience. And I really wanted to give back to the student experience. So I think what we're going to do now is, before we meet some of the teams, is we're going to go through a presentation, a few slides, to tell you a bit more about sports teams and how to join and how to even set up one. So, share my screen. So, this is how to create a sports team. It's supposed to be how to create and join a sports team. So first of all, what sports teams are available here at South Bank? Here are the list. We've got badminton, cheer and dance. Now dance has been added onto that recently. We've got both men's and women's football, as well as men's and women's rugby, karting, Muay Thai, netball and esports. I'm going to be hearing from these teams today, in fact. So there are also basketball and futsal, but these are run by the Academy of Sports. If you're interested, please email sports@lsbu.ac.uk. Tallulah, I don't know if you want to explain a bit more about why basketball and futsal are not.
Yeah. So we have like our basketball and futsal teams over at the Academy of Sport because they are kind of like our performance sports, as you would say. So these compete at a little bit of a higher level than like our sports do. Our sports are more kind of like for everyone. They're very open. It's all about participation. There's no need to compete if you do join our sports teams. It's all very social, but the element of competition is there if you did want to kind of take part in things like Bucks, which is kind of like the league for university sport. Whereas basketball and futsal, they are a little bit of a higher level sports teams. But if you did want to join and you'd only wanted to join socially, I'd still recommend getting in touch with the Academy because they're really good people and they do just want people to take part. So if you do have any questions, just email them or email us and we can always kind of answer anything you got.
Amazing. So it's probably worth mentioning why it's important to join these student groups. You will find here at South Bank, when you're here for your studies, that it's a regular calendar, so it's a weekly schedule. And you might find sometimes if you're doing the same thing day by day, it gets a bit repetitive. Now, among a few other reasons, a really good reason for joining these student groups is to sort of mix things up. So you're not just doing your course here, you are exploring yourself socially and are joining these teams and building bridges and connections that you won't necessarily make on your course. They're an amazing way to keep active and fit in university, especially when maybe it's your first time away in an independent routine, and it's a really good stepping stone to get onto that. And yes, so what if the group I want to join doesn't exist at South Bank? So amazing, because if it doesn't exist here, but you want to start one up, brilliant, we are there to support you the whole way. What I will do is in a moment, maybe just sometime during the stream, I will go onto the website and show you exactly how to sign up and get involved with these. On our website, there is a link, a very special link that helps you set up a sports team. It is a form, and on the form, it gives you details on what to do. And if I click on to the next slide. So you'll grab a new sports club form from the website, or email us hello@southbank.su, and we'll correspond the form back to you. You need to establish the aim of the club. So what the club will be there for. I don't know, Tulu, if you've got some regular aims that clubs tend to.
I mean, obviously, it sounds a bit silly because you're thinking, like, I just want to start a sports club. I just want to do the sport. But it's just a good idea to get something down, even if it's just like your aim is to have a weekly social kind of club, or whether you want to be able to compete in a league, or whether you want to be able to compete in a specific competition somewhere down the line. It's always good to just get that like kind of aim of the club down. And it can change. It doesn't have to be like absolutely set in stone, but it's just something to kind of like get you going in the right direction. And then the 3 activities that come after that are basically what your club are going to do to achieve the aim. So, for example, if your aim was to even raise money for, say, a charity like the RFU Injured Players Foundation, you could set 3 activities that your club's going to do to like achieve that aim. Or if the aim of the club is to compete in a national competition, the 3 activities that your club will do will be things like training. It will be kind of like, I don't know, specialist kind of like sessions. It's all kind of stuff that you'll have to work around, you know, your aim of the club. Obviously, things are a lot different now with COVID, but we're always here to kind of have that like support. And then obviously one of the things that you have to think about is what makes your club unique. So say if you want to start a club that we already have, obviously we can't really just have loads of different clubs that are really doing the same thing. But it's always kind of worth speaking to us first. And then the final thing that I guess is the most important is the financial plan. So we're not looking for you to have a whole worked out and sorted out budget. That's not your job, that's my job. I just want to have a rough idea of how much it's going to cost. So say if you had a pitch that you wanted to use, roughly how much is that going to be costing a week? And then how much is it going to be to buy any equipment that we need to buy, so that we can have an idea of how much the membership fee is going to be and how many members you're going to have to keep it afloat. That's just so that we can kind of plan and see the longevity of the club. And then the last little bit is just having your form signed by 10 other LSBU students. And this is literally just a confirmation that these people think it's a good idea. It doesn't have to be people who are going to join. It doesn't have to be people who are going to, you know, even like take part. You can literally go around your class and just say, do you think we should have a hockey club? And if they say, yeah, probably, then great, have them sign. That's all that it needs to be. But like I said earlier, any kind of step of the way, we are here to help. We do want as many sports teams as we can get, and we really, really want people to just engage with us. So if you want to join a start sports team and you're struggling with the form, please contact us. Like, we want you to be able to complete the form. So yeah.
Amazing. Sweet. So that's the kind of basics of creating a society. I think we'll go into it in more depth in probably a little bit later on. But now I'd like to introduce our first sports team to give a bit of a talk. We've got the people from cheerleading.
Hi, yeah, so I'm the
Hi.
I'm Emily. We've got Suzanne.
Should I go first?
Yeah, you can talk first.
So our plans for cheerleading this semester are that we're going to be doing some more virtual socials. So we're going to do a quiz and bingo, and we're going to do a Netflix party as well. We're going to watch Bring It On, which is a cheerleading movie. And then we're also going to try and do a bake-off, but we haven't fully figured out the plans yet. We're also going to do a virtual training session again, so flexibility sessions and a virtual dance class with Lua, who's going to be teaching the dance. We're also going to run some challenges on social media for everyone to get involved with. And then, yeah, just more virtual things.
Yeah, and then hopefully after we've done a few virtual socials, we can then make a more exclusive group chat, because I know, guys, at the moment it's being spammed. It's got a lot of people in there that aren't. Yeah, so we're going to make hopefully we'll just become closer as a team. We can get some Instagram posts, members, and just know each other better. And yeah, I think that was all of the social side of virtual at the moment.
Okay.
And then in the future, hopefully, when we can do some in-person training, because obviously we haven't done any training this year, we have a lot to catch up on, hopefully, when we can start. So as soon as the uni says, yep, you can start training, we want to book a big cheerleading venue at the big halls with the bouncy floors, and just for the whole day do a cheerleading workshop, just to get everyone a bit more up to speed on cheerleading. And we'll make a day of it, because everyone deserves like a fun day. And I know everyone's been really wanting to do in-person training. Yeah, so we'll make a whole day of it. We'll wake up early, we'll have lunch, everything. And as soon as we can, we will do in-person socials. So we'll definitely go for a meal. Yeah, we want to go for a meal really soon, because that way we can just all chat and meet each other. And we don't know when the SU will open or anything, but hopefully we can do some themed socials again, because they were really fun last year. Competitions. We can't do any cheerleading competitions this year. We won't have any time for that. But we do have some ideas that we could do instead of a competition. If we do get to do in-person training, hopefully, we want to do we want to learn a routine, and then one day just do our hair and makeup. Yeah, hire someone to do a cool video of it that we can just post on socials. For dance as well, we will do a dance routine. We'll wear like color coordinated outfits, go to a cool location, hire someone. So instead of a competition, we'll still be doing some sort of performance that we can all look forward to. So yeah, that's well, at the moment we'll just be doing, like Suzanne said, Netflix party, quizzes. Yeah, that way we can all like meet each other a bit more. What was it, virtual bingo as well?
Yeah, we're going to post about them on the social media when we start planning them, what days we're going to do them. So stay tuned on our Instagram.
Yeah, and then we can get to start virtual socials, virtual training. We'll try that again. And hopefully we can all get to know each other before we can start training in person. Yeah, I think that's all. Did you have anything else, Suzanne?
Just our Instagram's LSBU Cheer and Dance. And then you can also join our group chat from there if you DM us as well. We can add you to our group chat as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, and we'll update you in the WhatsApp group chat. Just DM us, we'll add you. Or we'll put the link in the description. And yeah, that's everything.
Cool. Amazing. Great job, guys.
Thanks.
Good. That's right. Bye for now. Amazing. So I believe we are now going to, we would have had men's football on, I believe. Instead, we are going to I think it might be worth filling time with going through how to join a sports team on the website.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to talk a little bit about Varsity, maybe in this little.
Go for it.
just because some people might not know, but basically we hold an event every year called a Varsity, which is pretty much just a big competition between us and another university, which is Greenwich. We used to compete against Middlesex, but we have just recently moved over to Greenwich now, which is going to be really great. But yeah, basically every year we will travel to one of the campuses and compete in like different teams. And then at the end of the evening, we all kind of like come together, decide on a winner, and then just have like one really big social. It's an amazing day. I'd say it's probably, if you're a part of sports at like any university, it's probably the highlight of the entire year. It's really good for alumni as well, because it kind of like ties everyone in. All the alumni comes and watches. You got like both universities. It's a really good rivalry. But yeah, I definitely recommend, even if you decide not to come to sports or if it's not your thing, to get involved in Varsity in any way you can. Obviously, this year it is going to be a little bit different. Unfortunately, you know, we have to do it in the safest way that we can. And at the moment, that means probably not being physical. Obviously, all the plans are still quite rough at the moment, but keep your eye out, keep your ear out for any like activities that we might be able to run, and you'll be able to kind of, you know, take part in any way that you can. But yeah, I'm sure if you were to speak to any of the other sports teams that are currently running about Varsity, they would tell you that it's 100% one of the best days that you'll have kind of in your sporting time. I don't know, Joe, if you have anything to add about Varsity.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things that can, now more than ever, especially during the COVID pandemic and online learning, just mixes things up a bit, albeit not in the same capacity as it once was. It's still, the spirit of the event is still there, and I think it's important to have that competitive sort of atmosphere and feeling, and a feeling of sort of, yeah, literally the feeling of Varsity just around, albeit from home, albeit socially distanced. I think we need to really embrace it and just run with what it is, and just, you know, it is what it is for now. In the future, it will, hopefully things can go back to normal. But yeah, I think I've always been away due to my course when Varsity's on, but it's always something that you can watch online anyway. So some of the matches were aired. So the fact that a lot of it's online now anyway, it really hasn't taken away from the fact that these things are still going on. It's one of the highlights of the university calendar for sure, especially sports teams.
Yeah,
and you will find, if you're not involved in sports teams now, you go along to some of these Varsity events, you have a look, it'll really like sort of catch your eye, and we tend to get a really weird spike in members joining after Varsity because they're like, I want a piece of that action next year. So
it's definitely a big kind of like part of the community. I mean, it's a great opportunity to meet people at other universities as well. Like, obviously, you're already kind of like friends with a lot of the sports community at South Bank, but I know that we've really kind of like strengthened ties with other students, say at Middlesex, for example, to the point where in some sports teams, like they're quite close friends and quite close allies, just generally in life now. So yeah, Varsity, 100%, keep your eyes out. Yeah, I think we have women's football on next. I'm not sure if
they'll be joining in just a moment. And what I will say is, if you want to keep an eye out for news on Varsity and things, if you follow our social medias, it's South Bank SU, search it on Instagram, Facebook. And yeah, that's, in fact, if you're watching now, you're probably on our Facebook or on our YouTube. So have a look at Instagram, and all the news will be shared through there. So I think we're ready to pass on to our next team. And yeah, it is women's football.
Hi.
Hi, I'm just going to share my screen. I mean, I'm having a bit of issues, like it's ready, but I can just talk about it if that's fine.
Have you got the, what are you on? Are you on a Mac or are you on a PC?
I'm on a Mac.
Okay, yeah, there are issues with Macs and the presentations, I'm afraid. So if you want to just talk, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, I'll just talk. So Hi, I'm the Ella, and I'm the current president of the women's football team. So basically, yeah, so within regards to the team and who we are, all abilities are welcome to join. So you don't have to be a professional, you don't have to be semi-pro, as long as you have an interest in football, if you just like watching football, or if you just want to try something new, like you don't even have to play for a team to join, like you're more than welcome to join. I remember I was a bit nervous like joining the team because I didn't have any experience. So the only football that I had played was during PE. And yeah, so I hadn't played since the age of 16, but I remember joining. I went to the taster session and I had a lot of fun, and I just kept going. And yeah, they just encouraged me to do a lot better. And so the community is very nice. It's literally just girls supporting girls. So I remember like in the team, it was just like very like much positive affirmations towards each other. Like they wouldn't let you say bad things about yourself. They would encourage you, they would push you to do the best. And especially in times like this with the pandemic, like a lot of the girls, they just, you know, try to keep positive, they try and uplift you. And yeah, that's basically it. So within regards on how to join, it's quite simple. You just go to the LSBU Student Union website, click on the header that says your communities, and you should get a drop-down menu. And then you select clubs and societies. You then scroll through all the societies and then choose your sports, and then select women's football, and then that will take you to our website. Then on the left-hand side, there's 2 membership options. So there's either the full membership, which you pay £40 for, or the taster membership. And it's recommended to do select the taster membership due to COVID because we can't play. But usually the full membership would go towards your kit on match days, the fixtures, the training grounds, insurance and stuff like that. So during 2020 and 2021, we all know it hasn't been the very best year. So last season we were more active, but Corona has put things on hold for now. And this season has actually been cancelled due to lockdown rules, like within the Bucks League. But last season, we played in the Lussell League, and it was very fun. Like I remember we'd like hype each other up before matches. It was fun to play against other universities as well. And yeah, so we also attended quiz nights at the student union back when we were allowed to mix like with different households. And also in the last like before semester 1 ended in December 2019, we had like a team outing. So we went to a bar and we just played pool, and then after we went to get something to eat. And then sometimes like after matches we would go to Nando's because that was right next to the uni. Like we just do stuff as a team, or we just randomly like, you know, meet up, play football in the park and stuff like that. But on a more positive note, now we are getting to know each other on group chats and through socials. So that's what we're currently doing. And for my upcoming plans, I plan to do interactive quiz nights and like a Netflix party. But because of Moodle, I know that assignment deadlines have been extended and there's been issues with exams. So I'm just waiting for everyone to finish their exams and, you know, just be in the right state of mind to do that. And then hopefully when the weather gets better, so around British summertime, I'm planning to do like online challenges. So to just let girls do stuff like crossbar challenge, how many keepy uppies can you do? Because I know right now it's going to be difficult to film because the weather is quite dark. And also we do have socials, so you can follow us at LSBU Women's Football. We have a group chat which anyone is welcome to join, and if you have any questions you can email us at womensfootballclub@lsbu.org. And you don't have to be so formal, like you can just drop a DM on Instagram, and yeah, you can ask to join the group chat through Instagram, through anything. I mean, that's all. I hope everyone's staying safe, and yeah.
Amazing stuff. You did so good, even though you didn't have a presentation. So well done to you.
Thank you.
Cool, awesome. Thanks for your time. Next up, we will be having karting. Hi, Bailey, you're on mute. There we go. Amazing.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Bailey, president of the Karting Club, and yeah, I'll be discussing to you everything about karting. If I just share my screen with you guys. Okay, so if I go from the start. Okay, so welcome to karting, first of all. And yeah, so we are a club dedicated to giving all our members the opportunity in the most daring and fueled sport you ever compete in at South Bank. Normally, our racing activities like kind of consist of doing club championships within our uni and the BKC, but with the lockdown and the COVID, we've had to go like online. So the plan is we're going to be doing online events such as quizzes, Netflix parties, and many others. We just want to like give our members a chance to like, even though we can't do stuff in person, we can still do stuff like racing. So yeah, that's one thing. Another thing is we're going to be teaming up with esports with some online simulation sessions. More info will be coming out soon. We're really excited to be doing this. We've been planning this for a few weeks now, so yeah. And with Formula One coming up soon in March, we'll be getting ready for that as we usually do. And yeah, we do some events, and yeah, and most importantly, having fun. And when we are able, and it's safe enough, we'll kind of do some on-track sessions, but that's not a thing for time being. So our highlights of being in a team, our members have kindly kind of picked out the highlights of being a member. So it can be from being on track to do our simulation sessions. We're kind and welcoming group. We're welcoming to people who have no racing experience, or they do have racing experience. So yeah, we enjoy it. And I've attached some 10-minute clips of what it's like for our members competing when we are able to go back to normal and it's safe. And yeah. And if you've got any questions on what we do or anything really, like it can just be simple as how do you pay for membership, or and make sure to follow us on our Instagram and Facebook, as we'll be posting content on there from Formula One to racing, or just simply our esports collaboration with online simulations. And on that note, that's it from karting. I hope you join up.
Amazing. Thanks, Bailey. Cool. So I think we've got Muay Thai next.
Yeah.
Cool.
How are you doing, guys?
Hiya, you're right.
All right. So, what is Muay Thai? Muay Thai is a martial arts. It's originated in Thailand. Just a striking sport. Basically, you just get to hit each other. Pretty fun. Most of the time, no one gets hurt. It's an amazing club, really. I started off not knowing too much about Thai boxing. Never did martial arts in my life before. And then just jumped into the uni sessions. And I fell in love with it. I guarantee you will as well. Obviously, with studies at the moment, Moodle being down, if you're new to Muay Thai, don't worry. It's a very friendly club. Everyone is friendly. If you're interested in joining, just have a look through the Instagram. Instagram plug is somewhere. Sure, someone will help out. There are a lot of opportunities to do interclubs. So for example, back in March, we went up to UIB, University of Birmingham, a lot of other universities, and we all got to mix and have a big foreign match. That was a lot of fun. Met a lot of new people there as well. Fantastic. Got some top-notch coaching. Coach and I are thinking about or starting to get some exercise routines going on the Instagram. So make sure, again, follow that. We have 2 amazing sponsorships. Team Underground. Now, if you're familiar with Thai boxing, you'll know that in Team Underground, we've got one of the world champions training there, former world champion. Jonathan Haggerty. He's a top-notch guy. Very nice. He helps out a lot of the team. We've got an amazing sponsorship with Gymbox as well. So we get to use the facilities there. Relax, use the sauna, use the gym. It's pretty fantastic. Again, not too much things going on with the social medias. Not too many events planned. I'm sure everyone knows that they need to focus on their studies, things like that. It's a tough time. Just make sure that everyone stays safe, that we can all get along, and hopefully when the time of training starts, hope to see all of you there. And I think that's it for me.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Muay Thai. So I think it's a good idea to plug what is happening next week. So next week is Sports Week. It is a week that is designed to boost engagement for all manner of things sport here at South Bank, whether it's sports related courses or sports teams and clubs. It's to sort of get everyone going, making a real buzz here on campus, as well as boosting engagement. So we want to get those numbers up, and we want sort of more sports related societies set up. So that's to do with the courses, doing some more academic societies. We want to see sports events happening more frequently. And we just want to see more people that might not necessarily be engaged in sports come about. For example, so some of the amazing things we've got going on Monday the 25th is a Get Clued Up session on maintaining motivation to move. That's going to be live streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. On Tuesday the 26th is the Union Quiz hosted by our pub quiz master, Antonio. There's going to be sports themed to that. Then on the Wednesday, we've got a hangout with myself at 2 p.m. You can come along and chat all things sports with me, as well as meet sports teams and things, and sort of get involved in, maybe if you haven't caught any of these sessions previous week, or maybe even not entirely sure, you can actually come and speak face to face with the sports teams. And then on Thursday is a Netflix party with a sports themed film. I'll be sort of going along to that, as well as any sports teams that will be hosting. And to vote for the film that's going to be shown for the Netflix party, there'll be an Instagram poll. So keep an eye on our Instagram. It's Southbank SU. And yeah, you'll be able to see there. The Netflix party will be hosted by Rabbi, who is our Vice President Education. And then at 8:30 a.m. on Friday is a coffee morning. That is for any early birds that might be awake and about and sort of want to hang out and meet new people. That could be anything from caring students to, I would say community students, but obviously people that kind of work from home. Just anyone that might be up at that hour. And we also have a special external speaker, a person called Enoch Shiwumni, and he's a former professional footballer and alumni of LSBU. That's on Thursday, the 28th of January. He currently runs a football academy in Florida in the United States. He's going to be streaming live at 2 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube from Florida. So that's amazing. And yeah, I think what I will do now is show you the website and how to get on and view the sports teams that we have to offer. So if we do the wonderful thing of sharing my screen once more. And we've got it here. Now, if you type in southbank.su, you'll be taken to this lovely website. And this is where you'll find all the information you may need about our Students' Union. You'll see along the top, there is a menu here. What's on your union, your voice, your studies, your opportunities, and help and support. These cover a range of things you might need here at Southbank. But what we're going to focus on now is joining a sports team or even a society. If you click on the tab that says Your Opportunities, you're given a drop-down bar, and at the very top is Clubs and Societies. We will click onto that, and you're given these two amazing purple squares. Obviously, the one on the left is for societies, and the one on the right is for sports teams. So what you can do is at the top here, you'll see 3 links. You've got A to Z list of sports, starting your own sports club, and contact us. If you click on A to Z list of sports, you're given a list of all of our sports teams here. Now, this is where you are going to join onto these sports. You've got the different categories here of the sports teams. So, for example, we've just heard from women's football, as I clicked before. This is the team's page. You will click onto there, and it's got everything from the membership fees and how to join on there. It gives details of the training, the fixtures, kit and footwear, membership, and then contact details. It was Ella we heard from before, and so that's how you would get in contact with the sports team. It's a really useful page. Same for all of the other sports teams. All the information is on there. Now I'm going to show you a very special link, the link that I was talking about earlier. This link here is to start your own sports club. It gives you all the details that we pretty much talked about, maybe a little bit more in detail about how to start a sports team and sort of what we're looking for and kind of the requirements, sort of to get you, it's not, all the information isn't there really to put you off, it's to kind of give you an idea of what we kind of look for and to make sure that you have the right kind of ideas of setting up a sports team and what is involved with it. So that's everything from your club meeting criteria to Lula's contact details on there, to everything about the requirements of a sports team. I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that, Lula?
Not really, just mainly really trying to like reiterate about contacting us if you have any questions. Like, I don't want this page to put you off. It is a big wall of text, but in normal times, obviously, I'd expect people to just walk into the office and ask me a question. Like, that would be completely normal. Obviously, right now we can't do that. So the only thing I can ask you to do is send me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I'm usually pretty good, I hope. So yeah, any question, even if it's really small, I'm happy to answer and also set up a meeting. I'd much rather be able to like speak to you in person, but we can't do that. So a video meeting is the next best thing, or even a phone call. Like, I think Joel probably would agree that normally in our roles, like, we're speaking to students all the time. It's all about kind of like having those conversations and getting to know people, which this year we've not been able to do. So I'm sure we would appreciate it if any questions you have, like, let's have a conversation. Let's like get some planning done, and let's actually speak.
And even if nothing comes from it, if you suddenly decide halfway through the process that it isn't for you, it's still amazing to engage and speak to the students and sort of maybe pick up your interests elsewhere in the Students' Union. For example, we have a few new jobs that maybe I'll talk about in a second that we've got live on our website at the moment, so it's to do with that. So next up we have, let me just stop sharing my screen. We have got men's and women's rugby that are going to be speaking to us.
Hi.
Hello.
We thought we'd join ours together so that, because majority of our information is the same. So can I head it over to you to start it off?
Yeah, that's cool. I'll start. So I'm just to go over, obviously it's a very abnormal year for everyone, so it's not ideal, but I will tell you what we do on a normal year. So we train at Old Lanians Rugby Club, which is up in East Dulwich. We all meet at the SU together, get a bus down or a train down together, and that's normally Monday evenings. And then Wednesday we play games down at the same ground. That's our home ground. We're very lucky as a team to have a coach, Spike Kenny. Spike is an England level coach. He's proper sound guy, and he's very passionate about this thing called O2 Touch Rugby as well, which is they sponsor our kits as a team. And they also run a Saturday mornings touch social. So if you're kind of new to the game, can't make the Wednesdays or the Mondays, we do recommend to go to those ones. Let's look at my list. Yeah, so we welcome any ability into the team. There's no like trials or anything. So if you're looking at rugby and thinking, oh, that's not for me, I've never played it before in my life. I didn't play it before uni, and now here I am as a president. So you just got to fake it till you make it, really. Because it's a really fun sport to learn, and it's all a bit of a social sport for everyone. So there's not much else to add, unfortunately. It's been quite a quiet year for us. We have been doing Movember as a team. A couple of the lads have been involved in raising money for Movember. We also we're looking to implement some sort of like Zoom pub quizzes as socials, just to keep integrated as a team. But yeah, that's all I can bring to you at the minute. But in a normal year, I would say definitely give it a go. I'll guarantee you will not regret joining rugby. So over to you.
Hi, I'm Kira and I'm the women's rugby president. It's the same with us. We train with the guys on a Monday from about 6 till 8. So Spike's really good at balancing both men and women's, because you'd think as a male coach, like, oh gosh, it's scary, like a male coach teaching women. Honestly, it's no problem. Spike's very good at having that balance and knowing that there's like some differences, but also joining us together at points as well, which is really fun. The lads are sound to like play with us as well, and no one's got any like, oh, like it's scary at first, like it's always going to be, but like training with the lads is actually like makes it a lot funnier, especially with Spike, because he does favour us more than the lads.
It's true. It's very true.
But we've got like a really good relationship with other universities. So I know at the moment we're currently not playing any games, but we're very close with Middlesex. So hopefully in the summer, maybe we could organise a friendly. We, men and women's, also have a group chat on WhatsApp that we're all in together. So it's keeping that communication going, just getting as much like online socials as possible. We've got the Six Nations coming up in like 3 weeks, I think. So having that Instagram, like having a bit of like banter of who's going to win. It's like the only thing we could do at the moment, but it keeps it entertaining. Yeah, there isn't much else. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We tried a bit of TikTok. We're trying everything. So if you'd like any information, you can just email us or follow us on any of those. There isn't much else to really say, but we'd love anyone to join. We're up for everyone. So yeah, that's rugby.
Amazing stuff, guys. Thank you so much for that. And they are two very committed teams that are very active in the Students' Union, so it's amazing to see them here. Next up, we're going to hear from Michael from Esports.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay. Here to represent and to introduce really the Esports Club. We're probably the newest club to join the vast halls of the sports teams at the moment. Last year, you may have probably saw us within the societies, as we only recently just joined, became a new club. So if you want an example of a team that's really, proved that they're, proved that, any sort of idea you might have to create a new club or a new society, it's definitely something which you could probably produce. And I'll definitely show you our fruits of our labor over the last couple of years in this presentation. So who exactly are we? We are South Bank's premier esports club. So if you don't know what esports is, it's basically competitive video gaming. We mostly handle PC games, but we do sometimes dabble with console games, usually in collaboration with the Gaming Anime and Comic Society. We're a dedicated sports club that handles the university's efforts within the ever-growing university esports scene. So if you go to other universities around the country, they most likely also have an esports club, and we compete with them in a yearly basis, in a seasonal basis. So every single semester, there's usually a season. And we usually try and enter as many teams as we possibly can in multiple different games. We'll go into that later. And we also represent multiple teams competing nationally, whilst also hosting our own events throughout the year. So we also host, a slew of, our own personal events, including weekly social events. We also host multiple in-house tournaments, so only university students involved. And our general goal is to promote the esports industry to LSBU students, either as a legitimate sports structure. So if you want to become a player, you know, if you're interested and you feel like, you know, I'm good at this particular video game, how can I, you know, improve my skills? This is the place where you probably want to start off with, because we're connected to a lot of different organizations. Or as a career opportunity. Like I said, you know, being involved in our society is a great way to show, you know, if you want to get into the esports, you know, industry, it's an amazing way to, you know, amazing thing to put on your CV if you want to, you know, be involved in that sort of sense. So what games have we been involved with in the past? Well, as you can probably see, we're involved with a slew of different games, including Valorant, FIFA 21, League of Legends, Super Smash Brothers, CSGO, Legends of Runeterra, Rocket League, Formula 1, and a whole bunch of other different games which we've been involved with really for the last 2 years, or even 3 years, really, since our current activity. And we're always looking for ways to expand it to other games. In terms of specifically what we do, we organize and practice meetups. So we want to like bring together people of similar skill level. So either if you're a high skilled player who wants to try and achieve, you know, UK domination and claim prizes, and you know, spread the word about your skills, or if you simply want to meet new players like in a more casual environment and you just want to sort of, you know, mess around and come up with weird strategy ideas, this is definitely the place where we can do that. We want to introduce as many people into this infrastructure as possible. So if you feel like you're, you know, not at the skill level you want to be moving forward, this is definitely not the case. We want to be open towards with people of every skill level. So if you want to learn how to play a particular game like League of Legends or CSGO, or, you know, whatever you want to do, this is definitely the place to do it. And we also have social events, like I said earlier, in-house tournaments, Game of Friday streams, charity live streams, talks with professionals, etc. And we're just a friendly, accessible club that represents the university's efforts into stepping into esports. These are our tournament partners. So we run under the National University Esports League, or NUL, or the National Student Esports, NSC. NSC is most notable for being partners with the British University Sports Clubs, or the sports. I forgot what the abbreviation is, but they basically handle basically the same structure and tournament structure which all the other professional teams run of, but instead of normal sports, it's esports. And in terms of what we've done, if we go back to that particular league, we're currently 57th nationally within NSC and the British University Esports Championships national table, above teams like Roehampton, Cambridge, and West London. We finished 4th in the Planet 9 University Invitational, which was a huge invitational tournament where we managed to reach, you know, the finals, which was professionally catered and coached by people within the industry, including LSBU alumni, Master Swan, who casted our event, and we also were coached by Casing, which was a former LEC player in the biggest team in England, League of Legends team in England. And we, as you can probably see, we have a bunch of other big notable achievements to our name, including first place within NSC's Dirt Rally 2 League. So if you remember back to the sim racing, we definitely know that we're the guys to go to. So we're really happy to collaborate with those guys to bring more people into the structure. We've raised over £750 for charity, mostly during a 24-hour live stream we did over the summer last season, which was a huge achievement, and it also ruined my sleep pattern. So, you know, for cancer and for Black Lives Matter. And we also won multiple union awards, including Best New Improved Society last year, you know, before we became a proper sports team. So, yeah. So what do we hope to do in the next season? We hope to have coach teams for CSGO and League. We hope to expand into new games, including Call of Duty, Overwatch. We hope to re-expand into Rainbow Six Siege, to hope to film a new team there. Teamfight Tactics is also another games, and we're open to any other games you guys want to suggest. In terms of new rewards, we want to have rewards for people who reach particular goals, so like including reaching top 8, reaching top 16, etc. We want to mainly sell some of these puppies, which are our own esports jerseys, which you can find akuma.com or lsbu.akuma.org or something like that. We want to host a new podcast series where you can ask professionals or people within the UK university esports scene specific questions about getting into the industry and what you can do. We're going to be setting up a new podcast series called Evenings with a Pig, coming up soon in February. We actually booked a very exciting first person to come up with that. Beat the alumni show matches, so we want to have more alumni events and hopefully LAN events when they open back up again. So fingers crossed. Refreshers events, we have them coming up next week. We had to do them a week later so we can properly practice out and we can properly schedule them out so after exams are finished. So we got a 2v2 CSGO AIM tournament and a 2v2 League of Legends tournament happening soon. There's already a lot of interest in the CSGO tournament, so if you're wanting to get some jerseys and if you want to test your skills against the best of LSBU, this is the place to do it. And also we're opening +1s from outside the university. So if you don't really know anyone from the university and you just want to sort of jump straight in, just grab your friend from high school or secondary school or, sixth form college and just hop in, It's an open tournament. Get some jerseys, come on. And finally, if you want to find us, that's our Discord link, our Twitter link, our Instagram, which has just opened up. We hope to be very active on that platform. We've got Twitch, which we're live on every single week, every Friday at 8 p.m. And we've got a YouTube open as well, which we'll be trying to be a little bit more active, trying to upload all our VODs onto. In fact, the most recent VOD we uploaded was our FIFA tournament with the football team this season, last Christmas. And it was a very enjoyable stream. I highly recommend going back and watching all of that because it was amazing fun doing that. And if you want to sign up for a membership, I should probably emphasize that our teams don't need a membership to join our team. We're joining a free and open platform, so it'll be unfair for us to ask for memberships. But for all the extra stuff we're doing and in-house tournaments we're doing, it'll be amazing if you guys signed up for a membership. That would be amazing. We're the cheapest membership for sports teams in the union. So it's definitely something you don't want to miss out on. And we hope to have a lot more bonuses coming to you in the next season. And of course, if you want to pick up a nice little jersey, want to pick up something that's personalized, you can go to that link there. So thank you very much for listening. We probably went on a little bit too long, tried to hurry it down at the end. But if you got any questions, feel free to ask them. And I'm hopefully, I'm hope for more information later, peace. Probably rambled on a little too long there.
Amazing. I think thanks so much for that, Michael. That was an incredible presentation from an incredible sports team and former society. So it's always refreshing when that happens. Check out the guys online and get involved. I'm going to pass over to Tallulah now to talk about some of the other societies that unfortunately couldn't make it with us today.
Sure. So first of all, we have men's football. This team have been really, really active on Instagram recently. So if you do have Instagram, you can follow them at LSBU football or LSBU men's football. If you search it, it will come up. Similar thing to the women's football. They play in Bucks and they play in Russell. So they actually have 2 teams that are available to join. Really casual, really great guys over there. So, always there. If that's something that you're interested in. We've got netball. So netball also couldn't make it today, but again, really highly recommend following them on Instagram. It's just LSBU Netball Club. Make sure it's Netball Club because the netball one is an old account. Their president is called Usha. So if you're looking to ask them any questions, she's extremely friendly. She'll be more than willing to answer any of your queries. And then we've also got badminton. Who the president for badminton is called Kelvin. Again, he's super friendly. He'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. He's also the coach for the team. So he's obviously super qualified to kind of give you any information that it is you need. But similarly, as I've said about a million times today, if you have any questions generally or even questions about a specific sports team but you don't know how to contact them, please give me an email. My email is just tallulah@lsbsu.org or at southbank.su. I'll be happy to answer anything or just put you directly in contact with the sports teams themselves. I think that's everyone. That's a bit of a flying kind of description of everyone. I don't know if Joel's coming back.
I am indeed. Thanks for that, Talila. First of all, before we wrap up, I want to say a massive thank you for all the sports teams that have got involved. I think it's been a really amazing stream, and also thank you to everyone that's watched and will be watching. I really hope that you guys get engaged and, you know, at least maybe speak to some of the sports teams we have to offer. So what can you do next? Well, what you can do is, first and foremost, head onto our website. We want to hear from you. So our website is there, as I showed you before previously. You can go on there. That's how you find all the sports teams and societies. We also want to hear from you. If there's anything that, you know, not just through sports teams and societies, the Students' Union is there for you. Get in touch, get talking to us. Let's talk and let us know how we can help. It could be anything from maybe you've got a question about accommodation to how to sort of get most out of your degree here at South Bank. Anything. There's no limits to what you can speak to us about. You can also, if you're watching on Facebook, amazing, you're already part of the following the page. If not, that's how you follow our Facebook group. Search South Bank Students' Union or at South Bank SU, and you'll see everything that's going on there. That's all of your officers at the top, including me at the end. And then we also have an Instagram page, southbanksu_, and that is also where you'll find all some news and updates and just things that are going on in the campus. There's my mug in the bottom left there after doing a video shout out. So yeah, get involved with social medias. We're also on Twitter if you search South Bank SU. Talila, I can't remember what the Twitter handle is. I've gone blank.
I think it's South Bank SU _. I think it should be the same, but either way, if you just search South Bank SU on anything, it will come up. Yeah, it's South Bank SU _. Perfect. And yeah, if you've got any more questions about what's happening in this live stream or anything to do, you can also email us, get into southbank.su or hello@southbank. I don't believe there's anything else. No, that's it, hello@southbank.su. And that's pretty much it. On behalf of the Students' Union, I want to thank you all for coming, and we shall see you very soon. Cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.